In the vast, humid landscapes of South and Southeast Asia, where monsoon rains soak ancient forests, where grasslands stretch toward distant mountains, and where rivers wind like silver threads through the land, there moves a creature whose presence feels almost timeless. The Asian elephant, Elephas maximus, is more than a giant of the natural world. It is a symbol of memory, emotion, and quiet power, a living echo of an age when megafauna shaped the earth. To see an Asian elephant in the wild is to witness a life lived with intention. Every step is steady and grounded, every gesture deliberate. Despite their immense size, males can weigh over 5 tons. There is an undeniable gentleness in the way they navigate their world. Their padded feet allow them to move almost silently, cushioning each step and helping them travel long distances across mixed terrain. Their trunks, flexible and expressive, serve as the bridge between strength and sensitivity, able to uproot bamboo, yet delicate enough to pluck a single berry or brush dust from a calf's back. The social structure of Asian elephants is one of the most fascinating aspects of their nature. At the heart of every herd stands the matriarch, a wise, experienced female who guides her family across the changing seasons. Her knowledge, shaped over decades, determines where the herd will feed, where they will drink, and how they will avoid danger. Surrounding her are daughters, sisters, and younger calves, forming tight-knit family groups bonded by communication, cooperation, and shared memory. Communication among elephants is more complex than it first appears. Beyond the trumpets and rumbles we hear, elephants speak in frequencies so low that they travel through the ground as vibrations, messages felt through the sensitive pads of their feet. Through these infrasonic calls, herds separated by kilometers can stay connected, coordinating movements or signaling danger. In the dense jungles of Asia, where visibility is limited, this hidden language becomes the lifeline of the herd. Young elephants grow up immersed in this web of sound, touch, and learning. A calf's first years are defined by near-constant contact with its mother and other females. They are surrounded by guidance: how to use the trunk, what plants to eat, how to stay cool in the scorching heat, and how to navigate the social rhythms of the herd. This extended childhood, one of the longest among land animals, reflects the complexity of elephant life, where emotional intelligence is just as essential as physical strength. Their diet, though dominated by grasses, leaves, bark, and fruits, requires immense quantities, up to 150 kilograms per day. This need for constant feeding shapes their daily patterns. Asian elephants become the engineers of their ecosystems, knocking down trees to create clearings, dispersing seeds, carving paths through dense forests, and opening waterholes used by countless other species. Their presence is not just influential, it is transformative. But life in the wild is not always gentle. Asian elephants must navigate landscapes increasingly shaped by humans. Habitat fragmentation forces herds into smaller territories, reducing access to food and water. As farmland expands, conflicts emerge. Elephants sometimes raid crops in search of sustenance, triggering retaliation from local communities. Poaching, though less common than in African populations, still threatens males with larger tusks. Even climate shifts, longer droughts, unpredictable rains, reshape the delicate balance elephants rely on. Still, despite these challenges, the resilience of the Asian elephant endures. Across India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, and beyond, conservationists and local communities work tirelessly to protect these giants. Wildlife corridors help reconnect fragmented habitats. Anti-poaching patrols safeguard vulnerable populations. Rehabilitation centers rescue injured elephants, offering a second chance at life. Yet even amidst human conservation, there remains something profoundly ancient in the way an elephant moves, thinks, and feels. They mourn their dead, remember old paths, and show compassion for distressed members of the herd. Their behaviors echo the emotional depth we often consider uniquely human. And perhaps that is what makes them so captivating. In their quiet strength and their deep sensitivity, elephants remind us of the vast intelligence that exists beyond ourselves. As we continue our journey into the world of the Asian elephant, Elephas maximus, we enter a realm where intelligence, emotion, and social depth intertwine in ways few animals on Earth can match. To truly understand this species, we must look beyond its imposing size. The Asian elephant is a creature defined not just by strength, but by memory, empathy, and an extraordinary connection to its herd and habitat. Now, let's dive deeper into their behavior, communication, and the pressing challenges they face in a rapidly changing world. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Asian elephant is its social structure. Female elephants form close-knit groups led by an experienced matriarch. She is the memory keeper of the herd, guiding her family toward water sources during drought, remembering safe pathways, and recognizing dangers that her decades of survival have taught her. Calves grow up surrounded by mothers, sisters, aunties, and cousins, each playing a vital role in raising the young. They teach the calves how to forage, how to interpret sounds, and how to navigate the forest as a unified family. These bonds are so strong that elephants grieve the loss of members and celebrate the arrival of newborns, just like a human family would. Their communication is equally astonishing. Asian elephants use a combination of trumpets, rumbles, body language, and even infrasound, vibrations so low that humans cannot hear them. These low-frequency calls can travel several kilometers, allowing herds separated by distance to stay connected. An elephant may announce its arrival, express excitement, signal alarm, or even communicate reproductive readiness. When you observe elephants closely, you'll notice how they gently touch each other's trunks, rumble softly, and flap their ears, not just randomly, but intentionally, as part of a sophisticated language of emotion and intent. Their intelligence is undeniable. Elephants have passed mirror recognition tests, showing a sense of self-awareness, a trait shared with dolphins, apes, and humans. They use tools, solve problems, and demonstrate creativity, like using branches to swat flies or creating makeshift barriers to protect sleeping calves. Their emotional intelligence is equally powerful. They comfort distressed individuals, celebrate reunions, and revisit the bones of deceased herd members, touching them tenderly with their trunks. To witness such behavior is to see a mind that feels deeply. But in the modern world, the future of the Asian elephant hangs in the balance. Habitat loss is their greatest threat. Expanding agriculture, infrastructure, and urban development continue to shrink the forests they depend on. As elephants lose their natural habitat, they are forced into closer contact with humans, leading to conflict. Farmers trying to protect their crops sometimes clash with elephants searching for food, and both sides suffer. Without protected corridors that allow elephants to migrate safely, these conflicts will only intensify. Poaching is another serious issue. Although the ivory of Asian elephants is less prominent, only some males grow tusks. The species is still targeted for skin, meat, and illegal wildlife trade. Every elephant loss disrupts not only the population but the social harmony of the herd. Since females rarely grow tusks, the loss of a tusked male can significantly affect the genetic diversity of future generations. Conservationists and local communities, however, are fighting back with innovation and determination. Wildlife sanctuaries, protected reserves, and elephant corridors are helping to restore fragmented habitats. Programs focusing on community education, conflict mitigation, and sustainable land use are providing long-term solutions. In some areas, villagers have adopted nonviolent techniques, such as beehive fences and chili barriers, to safely deter elephants from farmland without harming them. Each of these efforts contributes to a future where elephants and humans can coexist. Ultimately, the Asian elephant is more than a species. It is a symbol of wisdom, endurance, and natural harmony. To protect them is to protect the forests they shape, the ecosystems they sustain, and the cultural heritage of millions who share their home across Asia. As we honor their story, may we be inspired to safeguard their tomorrow, ensuring that future generations will one day stand in awe before these gentle giants, just as we do today.